Welcome everyone, Senthil Kumar here. So now we are going to learn about the basics of technical analysis. So with what is the tools or charts or the infrastructure which is used for technical analysis. So along with that, we are going to learn some basics of technical analysis which is used for the currency trading. Okay. So first, the tool which is used for technical analysis is a normal broker platform which is being provided by Upstocks or Kite, that is Zerodha, or any broker who is giving a web-based platform. A good interactive web-based platform is sufficient to start to analyze the technical analysis. And first we have to open a normal chart. You can add the script, for example, State Bank of India. You can add the script, and after that, click on the script and open a chart. Click on that and click on the script and open a chart. So now I'm going to take a Reliance chart. Everyone knows what is SBI, State Bank of India, and Reliance. So with that, I'm going to give a small example. So what are these charts? So these charts or graphs are the image data. The data has been captured and been transferred as a image for a graphical view. So that we can able to see the ups and downs which has been recorded as an image. So that is the reason we are using the chart data, because unless, say like for example, always if you are seeing only on numbers, so it is very difficult to identify which price was there previously, which price was there 3 days back, 5 days back. It is very difficult to remember or correlate. So that's the reason. So we are going to use the graphical data, that is chart analysis, for this equity or commodity or currency trading. So now we are not going into the currency trading. So now we are going to learn the basics of technical analysis. So what kind of charts, what is the indicators we are going to use? So these are the basic things which we are going to learn today. So let's start. So these are called as candlesticks. These are called as candlesticks, and there are different types of candlesticks. Say like for example, these are all called as Japanese candlesticks, which is traditionally been used, and we are going to learn our learnings based on this normal candlesticks only. And other than this, in recent days there are many different candlesticks. You can see here hollow, volume candle, colored candle, mountain, and Heikinesi histogram, Kagi, line break, point and figure, range bar, and Renko. So different kind of candlesticks has been developed based on different studies by different analysts, and that has been included, which is getting popular, and the same has been included in the brokers platform. So we are not going to use all those things. We are going to use the traditional candlesticks, and we are going to learn based on this. So before entering into the candlesticks, so there is a study called as curve theory, which is very important. Curve theory. So we are going to learn which is called as curve theory, which is very important to identify the location of the current price of the stock market. To identify the location of the current price of the stock market. Say like for example, why curve theory is important. Say like for example, in today's situation, everyone knows what was the recent price of onion went. Say like for example, it was selling in between 15 to 20 rupees per kg. So suddenly the same onion, when it goes to 100 to 150 rupees per kg, so we know that it is a normal price. 15 to 20 rupees is a normal price, and 100 to 150 rupees per kg, which is very high price. And the same thing, for example, when we get into 3 to 4 rupees. So it's a very basic example. Just I want to make everyone to understand the value of the stocks, the current value of the stocks correlating with the very normal day-to-day life what we use. So it's a cheap price. So this is what we are going to identify based on the graphical patterns, based on the curve theory. So No big technical analysis is required to understand this simple analysis. Just we have to open a chart. We have to open a chart. So for this curve theory, it depends upon the instrument or the stock. Say like for example, if you are going to use commodity, that the time frame will be different. For equity, the time frame will be different. For the currency, the time frame will be different. So let's study about equity, and then let's go get into currency. For example, you can see here it's a we have opened a share of Reliance, and you can see the time frame which I have fixed here is 1 day. 1 day means you can see this bars or this candles. Every candle represents one daily time frame. So open a stock with 3 to 6 months of data in this complete screen. And you see in this complete screen, from here to here, it should be 3 months of data. Starting from here to here, it should be 3 to 6 months of data, just to analyze the past and the previous performance, past and the previous rate. Say like for example, gold, it was selling at 30,000 rupees, and today it is selling at 44,000 rupees. That means there is a 33% of hike. The prices, almost 40% of the prices raised. So just to understand that, what happened previously and what is the price today. So that is what we are trying to understand. Say like for example, let me open from October, November, December, Jan, Feb, March. So from October, the price was 1198, and it went high till, just a minute, let me minimize by 2, and it went high till 1600, and again the current market price is 1144, 1114. What is the understanding we are getting from this single view chart is, the price started, it went high, sustained in the high price for long days, almost like 3 months it was trading at a high price. Again it started coming down, again it went up, again it crashed. Now due to the market crash, it has been coming back again, and it is in the back to the normal price where it was 3 months or 6 months back. So this is what we understood. So what is the study based on this? So what is to be done? So we have to identify the location. For the curve theory. So what is this? Identify the curve, take daily chart for 3 to 6 months time frame, top of the curve. Okay, let's mark the bottom of the curve and the top of the curve. Just simply you can mark 2 boxes above and below, and this is called as top of the curve, and this is called as bottom of the curve. So what is the study we are getting in the top of the curve and the bottom of the curve? So just a theoretical explanation. When you see market always swings, that means it will come down, it will go up, it will come down, it will go up. So this is what we get in the stock market. Market does not always be in the top, or it does not always be in the bottom. It should be trending. Whichever the stock is having a trending phase, that is the stock we have to trade. Wherever the stock where we identify there is no trend, we are not supposed to trade, because no profit or loss will happen. That is more or less like a dead stock. So in the top of the curve, so this is top of the curve, do not go for long or buy here. That means already the price is very high. If you go and buy here, there is a high possibility of getting the price down and losing money. There is a high possibility of the market will crash, and there is a high possibility to lose money. So do not buy on the top of the curve. Next, in the bottom of the curve, do not go for a short selling, because don't go and sell here. It is already crashed from the top. And came down, and it is on the utter bottom cheap price. It is in the trading in the cheap price. From here, The higher possibilities is the stock will move upside, so don't go and do a short selling here. So this is a very simple thing which we have to understand. Don't buy the stocks in a very high price, and don't go and sell the stocks which is already been came down very low level from the very high level. So you can see here, this is the live example. This is the live example, Reliance, you can see here. So let me take little bit previous data just to make you understand. Okay, so now you can see here, I'm marking, I have taken almost like 1 year data. I have taken almost like 1 year data. So it's just for an example. You can see top of the curve and bottom of the curve. You can see here the price went up, came down. So this area is middle of the curve. These are the middle of the curve. In between, yes, you can buy, you can sell based on further technical analysis. You can do your trading, but this is the place you are not supposed to buy. Buying here is absolutely wrong, and selling here is absolutely wrong. So that is what we have to learn, what is not to be done first in stock market. That is very important. That is very important. So this is based on the equity. This is based on the equity. We are taking a daily time frame and understanding how to trade. So like avoid trading. So initially we should know where to avoid the trading. At this price, Reliance was trading at 1600. Someone will come and say that this stock is going to double in 3 months, double in 2 months. Put all your investment here. Absolutely wrong. Say no to him. Very clearly say this stock is not going to move up. Even if it is going to move up, I am not ready to invest because it is in a very costly price. It is in a very costly price. So that is what the basic examples the basic things we are supposed to understand with the curve theory. So curve theory helps to identify, we have to identify the curve of the chart, and next, top of the curve do not go for a long or buying, bottom of the curve do not go for a short or selling. So this is very basic example. With this you can avoid most of the wrong entries. No big science is required. Very simple, just by seeing any free chart. Say like for example, this is a broker chart, right? Openinvesting.com. It's a free chart. Open Trading View, it's a free chart. Click on chart, live chart. Okay, live chart. Just a minute, let me take some stocks. So it's a crude oil. Let us try to change some stocks. You can see here, Reliance Industries. Change the time frame to daily. This is far sufficient. You can see no big infrastructure, no big paid charting tool is required. Make sure that you are having at least 3 months data available. You can see here 3 months data. If you take 3 months data from Jan to December to March, you can see stock market, that is this particular stock was trading in the high level and it is completely crashed now, and this is not the place to go for a short selling. This is absolutely wrong. And if you ask, so already the stock is crashed, can I buy here? It is also absolutely wrong, because there is no sign for reversal. You can see the market is trending straight away down. So we have to see a reversal pattern like this. That we will be studying in the next 15-20 minutes. What is reversal, how to identify the reversal, we will studying on that. Okay, so this is the basics of curve theory. The basics, very important thing, which is called as curve theory. So now we understood how to do the analysis for stock. Let's do for currency pairs. The most important currency pair is USD INR, and I can tell you like little fluctuation is there now, but the most reliable trading script in currency pairs out of the recent 7-1 is USD INR. So now again you can see the daily chart. Again, you can see the daily chart, because when you see about currencies, you can see the data will not be very clear since we are using the future data of the currencies, so the graphical volume structure, everything will not be so clear. So we have to shift down the time frame. We have to degrade the time frame after seeing a daily time frame. So first, when you see the daily time frame, you can see here the total chart available is from last March to this March. So let's see completely. If you see here, it is in the top of the curve. It is in the top of the curve. That means currency is very costly now. Currency is trading at a very high price. Very high price. This is the wrong time to buy and hold currency. Say, like for example, you want to convert some currencies, you want to convert some Indian rupees to currencies. This is the very wrong time. This is the very wrong time, considering the price is already in the high. In case if you want to convert, you are having, you have traveled abroad, you are holding some US dollars. So now converting that into Indian currency is a good time. So that is the combination of US dollar versus Indian rupees, USD versus INR. Okay. So now we have to shift down to the lower time frame. Shift down to the lower time frame. Say, like we will keep it on 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, and let's keep it for last 1 month. Last one month. Again, in 1 hour time frame also, I can able to see it's in the top of the curve. It's in the top of the curve. So it is wrong time to buy and hold currency. It is wrong time to buy and hold currency. It doesn't mean that currency will not go up further. No, it is not. Currency may go up to 80 rupees also, but this is not the right time to make an investment in currency, since you can see here already big rally or big uptrend is over. Big uptrend is over. So this is not the right time to invest or do a positional trading in currency. No, it is not the right time. So now let's shift down to still lower time frame, 15 minutes. Because currency we are not going to trade positionally, we are going to do only intraday trading. Maximum holding period of 1 to 2 hours. That is what we are going to do. With a small profit, small stop loss, we are going to trade. So let's not go for a daily chart for analysis. Yes, we can do that. We can do that to identify the pivot point, support, resistance. Everything we can do that. But here that is not required. So when seeing the 15 minutes time frame, still it is in high price only. Again, it is the wrong time to buy and hold currency. So since if you get a signal based on your forthcoming, we are going to study some indicators or signals. We are going to study the indicators, the entries we are going to study. So based on that, if we get an entry, yes, we can buy, we can trade, we can do our intraday trading based on the current movement. Yes, we can buy here. Say, like for example, it's an entry for me. It's based on a small similar near doji candle. The entry was at 73.80, and it has went till 74.06. So which is a very good profit for this movement. So I don't want to miss this kind of good moves also. So we can trade. So curve theory is important to understand the wrong investment. Here we are not going to invest. We are just going to do our basic tradings. So now we are going to study the next important topic, which is called as candlesticks. As we discussed in the previous thing, in the earlier of the session, we are going to learn about the candlesticks. So let me switch back to Reliance. So because stock is like primary, it will be easy to understand. After that, let's come into currency candlestick patterns, because that is like a future trading, future data. So it will not be so good to understand or read the charts. We will not have much data. So here we could be able to see the much examples. We can able to we'll be having data, good amount of back data to learn the examples. So coming back, candlestick properties. So So properties of candlesticks. So that is very, very important. So the right way to study candlesticks are daily time frame. So that is the most reliable thing for a delivery or positional trading. So when considering to our part currency, so we can go with 15 minutes time frame. 15 minutes time frame, but the logic is same. Either it may be a daily time frame or 15 minutes time frame. So the logic, the core logics or the properties or the anatomy of the candlesticks are going to be same. Okay. So coming back, so there are candlestick properties, anatomy and color. So let me explain you once more. So every single candles represents one day, one time frame, 1 day time frame. That means every bar is one single day. You can see here 17/1, 21 Saturday, Sunday holiday, 21, 22, 23, 24, again 27, again Saturday, Sunday holiday. So every candlestick represents 1 day time frame. So 1 day time frame, if I switch over this to 15 minutes time frame, every candlesticks represents 15 minutes time frame. You can see here 14.00, 14.1, 14.15, 14.30, 14.45, 15. So every candlestick represents 15 minutes time frame. So these are the properties of candlesticks. So when you see a red candle, it is very simple. The trend is down. That means the price is going downtrend. We should not go and buy. When you see a red candle, the trend is downside. It's a downtrend. Market or stock or the currency is going in a downside. So that is what we have to understand first. So that means when you see a red candle, you are not supposed to buy. This is the basic thumb rule. This is the basic, very basic thumb rule. Let it be a 15 minutes time frame candles, or let it be a daily time frame candles. When you see a red candle, we are not supposed to buy. We should wait till it converts or when it turns to a green candle. Only we should buy on a green candle. Till then we should not buy. And same like that, when you see a green candle, it is uptrend, and market or stock or the currency is going upside. We are not supposed to go and short. So we know what is short selling. We have learned in the basics of stock market. You can have a one more round of review on that. We are not supposed to go and short in the candle whichever is in green. That means when you see a green candle, it is very clear that stock is going up. When you see a red candle, the price is coming down. So after that, now the properties you can see here, all the candles will not be in the same anatomy, and all the candles will not be with the same anatomy. It will be different, but more or less the parts will be same. So this is called as real body. So now learning about the candlestick properties, it's very simple. uh, Everyone knows this is round circle, this is triangle, square, rectangle. So like this. So it was a little bit difficult for us to learn. When someone asks us to draw a hemisphere, we'll be blinking by that time, but by that age. But now it is not a big deal. So same like that, for third standard curriculum it is little bit difficult, but now uh, it is not a very big deal, right? So same like that, learning candlestick, the anatomy of the candlestick, now it will be little bit difficult to understand. Maybe if you could able to identify these images which I have shown you just before, yes, definitely you could able to understand the properties of the candlesticks. It's not a big deal at all. The only thing is we need an interest to understand and take the input. So the different types of candlesticks, there are many types of candlesticks. We are not going to learn everything about that. We are going to learn only based on the pin bar candlesticks, and including the pin bar candlesticks, these are the anatomies is common. So whenever you see a real body, so when you see a real body, say like for example, you can see this is called as the real body. This is called as real body. This is called as real body. So this is called as real body. Say like for example, you can see here real body, the body of the candlesticks. So how do we have a full body from below our neck to just above our thigh? So the real body. After that we are having hands and legs and head. So like that, for this candlestick, this is called as a real body. This is called as real body. And above, if there is a small stick like structure, this is called as shadow or wick. Shadow or wick. Shadow or wick. Same like that for green candle also. This is the real body. Upper shadow, lower shadow. Upper shadow, lower shadow, or upper wick and lower wick. So these are the two simple parts of the candlestick. Very simple. Real body, lower wick, upper wick. So it can be like this also. A candle with no wick, a red candle with no wick, and a green candle with no wick. Sometimes it will be like this. No real body will be there. Only both the sides there will be a wick. So anything can happen like this. Anything can happen like this. There will be a small wick on the up and small wick on the bottom, and there will be a small and there will be a big real body. There will be a big real body, small wick on the top, and big wick on the bottom. So like this, there will be a different type of candlestick which you can able to see here. But we are not going to learn everything. Whatever is available here, we are not going to learn uh, uh, all the types of candlesticks, because it's like our study is based on some other indicator. So, but we require a basic candlestick knowledge. So that is the reason we are learning here. So now, for example, now we have to understand open, high, low, and close, which is called as OHLC. Open, high, low, and close. Now let's understand. Now let's understand petrol price. Petrol price. Now it is fluctuating every day. Sorry, every day. Yes, right. Every day petrol price is fluctuating. So it is not, today is not the same as yesterday. Maybe sometimes it will be same, but every day it is increasing or decreasing. For example, if we take the petrol price for the month of February, okay, petrol price for the month of February. So let's understand that it started with day one, that is 1st of February. 1st of February, the price was 70 rupees, and price slowly increased. 15th of February, it was 75 rupees. 75 rupees. And again, it started coming down. It started coming down. It started coming down. 20th of February, the price was 65 rupees. And 28th of February, the price was again 70 rupees. Okay, so the beginning of the month, so which is called as opening of the month, the price of petrol was 1 liter petrol was 70 rupees, and this is called as high. So it went high till 75 rupees, and again in the same month it came low till 65 rupees, and again at the end of the month it closed, this is called as low, and again it closed at the same price at 70 rupees. So this is called as open, high, low, and close. So generally we have to understand the pattern of the candle. So now opened, it went high till here, and again it came low till here, and could not able to move further up, closed here. That means open, high, low, close. So that means it opening was 70 rupees, high was 72 rupees, low was 60 rupees, closed at 68 rupees. That means it is closed than a price which has been opened, which is called as red candle. That means the trend was down. It opened and it went high. After that, the price completely crashed, that is came down and closed little above, not just above the low. That means it's a downtrend. The trend was down. So it is a red candle. Next, opened, came down little, went high completely and closed just below the high. Open, low, high, low, high and close. So this is a green candle. So this is called as OHLC. When you see a red candle, it is a downtrend, and when you see a green candle, it's a uptrend. Just remember, this is the very important study in candlesticks. Let it be 15 minutes chart or let it be daily chart. So opened, it went high till here, completely came down and closed just above the low. Opened, came down immediately and went complete high, and after that closed just below the low. So close will come on the right and open will come on the left. Say like for example, if this is the price fluctuation, open will come on the left and close will come on the right always. I believe everyone have understood. So any doubts, you can text me in Telegram or you can call me directly to understand the more clarifications. I can able to provide you one-to-one assistance. You can contact me or Abhilash or Satish, Vidya, anyone. Okay. So let's move on to the next topic. These are the basic properties of candlesticks. A very important thing which we have to remember again is red candle is downtrend. We should not buy. We should not buy. And green candle is uptrend and we should not sell. So can I buy in a green candle? No. In every green candle we are not supposed to buy, and in every red candle we are not supposed to sell. We have a specific location, an indicator, proper entry, proper exit. Everything we will learn in the next 10-15 minutes. So now we have learned anatomy and color we have learned. So now the candle body size, it's very similar to a short guy and a tall guy. So what is the difference between a short guy and a tall guy? So we can't tell anything. Everyone is having two eyes, one nose, one mouth, everything, two hands and two legs. But Senthil is short and Prabhu is tall. So we can tell like that. So same like that, here also there is a small candle and there is a big candle. Okay, so we are going to learn now about the body size of the candle. We are going to learn about the body size of the candle, which is like large real body, small real body. So what does it mean by large real body and small real body? So we have seen here candlestick definition. Bullish green candle. Green candle is bullish. Bullish in the sense uptrend. Bullish in the sense uptrend, and bearish in the sense it's a red candle. It's a downtrend. And upper shadow, real body, lower shadow. Next, candlestick properties. So now, this we have learned just now. Body size. Body size. The body size represents the degree to which the bulls overcomes the bears or bears overcome the bulls. That is green and red candle. A larger body shows increased commitment, and a small body shows reduced commitment. So it's very simple. Both are green candle. Both are green candle, and both have a real body. Both have a real body. Both obviously both sides there is a small wicks. But when we see a large real body, that means the sign of buying, the demand is very high. The demand is very high. That means buying pressure is there. There is a high possibility of the stock going upside. There is a high possibility of the stock going upside, or the stock is in full buying. That is what we should be able to understand. So small real body in the sense, how to say, assume that there is two pani puri shops nearby. In one pani puri shop, it is fully crowded. Other shop, there are only 2 or 3 people sitting and eating simply. Here it is completely crowded, always 50 members. So that is the difference between a large real body and a small real body. Same like that, it can be green or red. Same like that, if you see a red large real body, that means full swelling is happening, full swelling is happening. And when you see a small red real body, then it's like it's a downtrend, but not in a full swing downtrend. So a large body shows increased commitment, a small body shows reduced commitment. So that's like a demand and supply. Demand, not supply. Okay. So range. So now the range of the candle, the range of the candle. So what we have studied is here, what we have studied here is the thick, the height of the body. But here, what we are going to learn is the range of the candle. So body is from here to here, body is from here to here, but range is calculated from here to here. From the low to high is called as range. High minus low or low minus high is the difference between the range. Say like for example, 8, 10. The range is 2. Here we can say like 1.25, 1.75. So the difference is 0.5. So that is the range. So the difference between the high and low here is only 50 paisa, and here it is 2 rupees. So what is the use of the range? In the sense, the range of the candle is the distance from the high to the low and represents the volatility of the price during the trading session. Volatility in the sense, the stock opened here, went high till here, and again came down low till here and closed here. So this area is called as volatility. Comparing this, a stock opened here, went high only till here, and again came only till here low and closed here. So this is the distance. This is the difference between the wide range and the narrow range. So wide range in the sense, there is good opportunity for us to trade and make profit. There is higher chances provided if you follow the trading patterns properly. Narrow range, there is a low probability of making profit and also big losses. The loss also will not happen, profit also will not happen in narrow range. But when you see a wide range, there is a high probability of making profit if you follow the technicals properly. So next, shadow location. Shadow location. So large real body we have learned. So now here one more is body size, which is called as doji. Doji in the sense, very simple. Opened here, went high till here, came down till here, and closed near, almost or near to the same place where it opened. Open, close, high and low. So there is no real body. There is no real body. There is no real body. So no real body in the sense, now high and low should be significant. So open and close, there should be a difference. So there is no big difference between the open and close. So this kind of pattern is called as doji. Different name for a newcomers. Please remember this doji, a very important signal candle. So let's discuss more about that later on. So we have learned what is range, range, wide and short range. So now shadow location. Shadow location. So how to correlate this? Let me think. Okay. So let me read the theory so that I'll get some thoughts on examples. So shadow above the real body shows the rejection of higher prices, and which is represents selling. So shadow above, say like for example, so when you take this candle, open is here, high is here, low and close is same, because open, it went high till here, came down and closed here itself. Low and close is same. Open, high, low and close is same. So the price, say like for example, let's little bit elaborate. Let's little bit elaborate. So let me take a small blank piece. Say like for example, a stock opened here, went high. Okay, I need some more space. So a stock opened here, went high till here, but could not able to sustain itself in the high. Suddenly it started crashing, came down, came down, came down, came down, and closed here itself. So open, high, low, and close. So what does mean by low and close in the sense? Till the closure of the market, till the trading session over, it was continuously falling down. It was continuously falling down, which means it's a sign of negative. It's a sign of downtrend, further downtrend, or we can say, we can tell like it is the beginning of downtrend. It is a beginning of downtrend. It is a beginning of downtrend. So upper shadow, when you see a candlestick pattern with upper shadow, this represents selling, and when you see a candlestick with lower shadow, this represents buying. However, we have to confirm this thing with different indicators. We have to confirm these things with different indicators. So based on this, I'll give you a clear explanation based on the candlestick varieties, the types, the pin bar candlesticks. I'll give you more details on that. So let us see what is to be studied now. So I think this is sufficient for this particular session. Let me close this here, and again we will resume in the next session. In the next session, maybe you can see you can just watch the next video if you are completely thorough on this. It's a very important topic, because to understand the trend, understand the color and the direction, it is a very important topic. So I'll close this session here. I'll resume the session. I'll resume the next topic in the next session. Okay, thank you.